So for me, this is about how do we maintain and build our own health and well-being. And it can be a real foundation for continuous personal growth in the future. It means that we're walking our talk, which is really helpful. Well, I think really important, essential, really, for if we're going to do this work with our clients. It's all very well having head knowledge and sharing that, but it's having this experience and sharing is just an experience as a human being. And regardless of our client work and those around us, we personally deserve it. Regardless of what we're doing, we deserve this care to be able to look after ourselves. And the support that we need to give is from here. And if we don't know it for ourselves, it's really hard to help someone else experience that, because you can't give what you haven't got. And a lot of us, many of us, most of us, maybe all of us, we've been through really challenging times through the pandemic. All sorts of challenges continue for us in our personal lives and our professional lives. And if we can't look after ourselves and care for ourselves and keep boosting our systems when they're being drained, then we're not going to be working at our best potential and feeling the best that we can. You've probably heard this analogy before, but I'm going to repeat it just for the sake of it. For those of you who have flown in a plane, when the air steward comes on and talks about the flight information and about putting your oxygen mask on, if you've got a little one with you or someone else who needs support, you have to put your own oxygen mask on first before you support someone else. If you were to put the oxygen mask straight onto them, then you're not going to be any use to them. So it's the same analogy. We have to look after ourselves first before we can help someone else. And although many of you have heard that before, I still think it's a really helpful analogy to think of. We can't give what we haven't got. And in our lives, we will be bombarded with information and demands on our lives. Stuff's coming at us from all angles. Emails, texts, news feeds, podcasts, as well as demands from our family, our friends, those close to us. And being in the caring industry, it's a real privilege to have this vocation, but it's also giving so much. It's even more important that we look after ourselves. Otherwise, we really can end up being burned out, and then we're reactive and we're behaving in ways that we prefer not to be. So we really need to give ourselves this time and space so that we're able to look after ourselves and then respond in the way that we want to. And so we need to have intention and give ourselves permission to put time aside and top up our own reserves. So please bear that in mind as we go through these next few slides, and I'm going to do a demonstration, and then I'm going to invite you to take part and see how that might be for you. So please, I've just given you some context that I hope will be helpful to know this is actually for you, not just for the next person, but for you, and acknowledge that that can be quite difficult. It certainly was for me. I still struggle with it, but if I know this, it means that I'm going to be better in a better space for other people. It means that I can care for myself, and then I get the benefits too.